Unfortunately, as you know, Russia has officially entered the war with Ukraine, and Russian troops are advancing on Ukrainian territory. With the onset of the military offense, the digital currency market entered a state of extreme fear. Russia's military invasion of Ukraine has provoked a strong reaction from world markets. For the first time in 7 years, oil prices have exceeded $100 a barrel, and the global ounce of gold has risen sharply. On the other hand, the stock exchanges of the World Stock Exchange had a significant decline, and the Moscow Stock Exchange experienced a 50% decline and was temporarily suspended and reopened. Also, the ruble's value, the Russian currency, has fallen to its lowest level against the dollar. Hey everybody! Welcome to the Millionaires Club. Millionaires Club is where future millionaires come to learn and enjoy. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell button to get notifications for new videos. And now, how cryptocurrency is shaping the war. The shock of war and the impact of crypto on it. The main shock of the war came when U.S. President Joe Biden announced that his country did not intend to intervene militarily and would only try to stop Russian tanks from advancing through sanctions. The European Union has said it would not intervene militarily in the war because it fears a Russian response. Biden announced that the United States and its allies would impose sanctions on Russia's 5 largest banks. Interestingly, these sanctions did not include cutting off Russia's access to a SWIFT payment system and digital currencies. The European Union, Britain, and the United States imposed sanctions on Russian Foreign Minister and Defense Minister Putin and announced that all their assets would be frozen. Bloomberg reports that the new U.S. and European sanctions against Russia are unlikely to affect Moscow's access to digital currencies. According to a Bloomberg report, digital currencies, including Bitcoin, will become an effective tool for circumventing sanctions. European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde has said the legal status of digital currencies should be clarified as soon as possible so that Russia cannot use the assets to circumvent new sanctions. Of course, it is not only Russia that can circumvent Western sanctions by using digital currencies, but also Ukrainian supporters are sending financial aid to the country's military through digital currencies. The value of the Bitcoin donations sent to support the Ukrainian army has reached more than $4 million, said the analytical company Elliptical. Ukrainians are also converting their assets into digital currency to leave the country. After the fall of the Ukrainian national currency to its all-time low, and while the Central Bank of Ukraine tried to control and stabilize the exchange rate by enacting several laws, the kuna is one of Ukraine's largest and most experienced exchanges of rapid change. The volume of digital currency exchanges in that exchange was announced. Of course, sanctions were also applied to digital currencies. During Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the Ethereum Flexpool pool announced that it would stop providing services to Russian miners. It should be noted that Flexpool is the 5th largest Ethereum pool globally in terms of processing power, hash rate. The question for many people these days is why Bitcoin did not increase its price like gold if Bitcoin is not an anti-inflation asset. Bitcoin is considered a safeguard against inflation and crisis, and many experts expected the price of Bitcoin to be more flexible in times of crisis. However, Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO of FTX Digital Currency Exchange, did not find the Bitcoin price drop surprising. Fried believes that because the war has created a liquidity crisis in the market, traditional markets and digital currencies have fallen in price. The decline in Bitcoin prices is also attributed to its growing correlation with the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, a correlation that has recently reached its highest level in 2 years. Buy crypto in war situations? Nevertheless, fundamental analysts still suggest buying Bitcoins because they believe that Bitcoin is used to protect against the crisis, while short-term investors recommend selling Bitcoins because the data, due to the high correlation of Bitcoin with the stock market, shows the continuation of the decline in the short term. So far, Bitcoin has not functioned as expected as a tool to combat inflation. Alex Kupstakevich, the senior analyst at FX Pro, said, Bitcoin is again approaching $35,000 support, the exact level at which buyers became active last month. Given the changing macroeconomic conditions, will Bitcoin be attractive to buyers again in this price range? Don Kaufman, an analyst at TheoTrade, said that the escalation of U.S. sanctions against Russia could lead to higher Bitcoin prices in the future, because then Russia will use digital currencies to counter sanctions. Edward Moya, an analyst at Onda, also said in this regard, Bitcoin may experience another massive collapse before long-term investors' confidence in entering the market increases. Thank you for being with us. What do you think about the Russia-Ukraine war? Can these interactions continue? Please share your comments with us.